students, today we will discuss the frequency distribution. Before we'll start the frequency distribution, you should learn the data, types of data, classification, etc. You go through it. Okay, today we'll see the frequency distribution. So what is frequency? When we collect the data, that is the observation, at that time we have to find the number of times a particular value is repeated. That total number of times a particular value is repeated is nothing but the frequency. So here we will see in the frequency distribution, if a value of a variable may be height, weight, so the values of weight, height, these are in fraction number, so these are the continuous values. While the number of students in a class, reading of a taximeter, etc., these values are fixed, means number of students in a class is 10, 20, 30, likewise. So these are the discrete values. Occurs twice or more in a given series of observation, then the number of occurrence of a value is termed as a frequency of that value. That is, the when the set of data is given or the observations are given, then a particular value, that value may get repeated. So how many times that value occur in a set, so that is nothing but the frequency of that value. Simply, the number of atoms present in a group is known as frequency of the group. The way of tabulating a pool of variable and their respective frequencies side by side is called as frequency distribution of those data. That means when we draw a table, that table consists of values and the respective frequency means the number of times that value occurs in a given set of data or observation. That table is nothing but the frequency distribution. For example, these are the number of newspapers. Suppose the newspapers are sold at a local shop over the last 10 years, and these sets are 22. On one day 22 papers are sold, second day 20, then 18, 23, 20. So these are the observations. So whatever the values are mentioned here, that is 20, 22, 20, 18, 23, 20, 25, 22, again 20, 8, 18 and 20. So these are the values of paper sold in last 10 days. So we have to now count paper sold 18. So how many times that paper sold? 18 number, so it is present 2 times. Then 19, so there is no value in 19, so that is 0. Then with 20, how many times the 20 number occurs here? So 20 number occurs 4 times, so frequency is 4. The 21, there is no, so 0. 22, there is 2. Then 23. So here paper sold we have to write in starting from the value starts from the lowest value, and then we have to write continuously in a table. Paper sold column consists of the lowest value is 18. From starting from 18, the maximum value is 25. So entries are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So in a paper sold column we have to write these numbers. Now in the frequency column, so in a given set of data, so number 18, how many times number 18 occurs? It is 2 times. In a given set of data, 19 numbers occur 0 times, so you have to enter 0. Similarly, 20 occurs 4 times, so we have to enter 40. 4 in the frequency column, in the row 20, that is 4. Similar 21, no value is there, so 0. 22, 2. 23, 1. 24, 0. 25, 1. So in this manner the frequency we have to mention here. Frequency is nothing but the total count of a specific value or particular value. And then uh, for counting a frequency, generally tally marks is used. You may have learned in the school level or in the 11 12 the frequency count by using a tally mark. What is tally mark? So when observations are large, it may not be easy to find the frequencies by simply counting 1 2 3 like. That's why we have to use a bars, that is straight line and slanting line. So these marks are called as tally marks. Tallies are usually marked in bunch of 5. The first 4 tallies are marked vertically, and fifth tally in a bunch is marked diagonally or slanting across the earlier 4. So the final tally marks are counted and total number of tally marks are against each value is written in the frequency column. So here the example is the score obtained in 20 throws of a dice are. So when the first time the die is thrown, the value 5 is occur. Second time 4, 3, 4. And likewise when 20 values are here. First 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, again 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, 6, 6, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 4. So these total observations are 20. So prepare of these 20 values, we have to prepare a frequency table by using a tally mark. So for that purpose we write on the what the values are on the dice. There are values are 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we have to write the score in first column, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we have to make the tally marks in the tally marks column. So 1, the entry 1, how many times the entry 1 is occurred? The entry 1 is occurred 3 times, so we have to mark 3 vertical lines. So total count is written in frequency table, that is 3. Then second value 2, the score 2 occurs, how many times it occurs? 5 times. So we have to make a tally marks. How the 5 bunch of 5 is made here? 4 vertical line and fifth is the slanting line, cross line we have to make, and that is a 5. In this manner, by counting the number of particular value in a given set, we have to make the tally mark, and the how many lines are there, how many tally marks are there. So that is nothing but frequency, and it is written in a frequency column. So when we make a total of frequency column, here it is 20, so that should match the total number of entries in a given set of data. So in this manner, so you can prepare a frequency by using a tally mark also. Now we will find the frequency distribution for a grouped data. So here in the previous example, we have individual data is taken, and for a particular value we are counted a particular value. But when we want to make a group of data, that is we have to count the marks in the range between 10 to 20, then 21 to 30, then 31 to 40. So we have to form a group of data here, and between that data how many entries are there, we have to find accordingly. Suppose we want to find the students obtaining first class, higher second class, distinction. Here the values are made in group. So for that purpose we have to use the frequency distribution for the grouped data item. Now what is the frequency distribution? Now we'll study. The collected data can be too numerous to be meaningful. So we need to organize data in some logical manner in order to make sense of them. We could group data into classes, each class known as a class interval. For example, the data below shows the weight of 40 students in a class. The measurement is to the nearest kg. So construct a frequency table for the data using an appropriate scale. So here the 40 data items are given. So for that purpose we have to form the frequency distribution of the grouped data. The presentation of the data can be expressed into groups. These groups are called classes or the class interval. Each class interval is bounded by two figures called class limit. So we have to make a class of the weight between 45 to 49. So the class interval is of 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. That is a 5 unit. So then 50 to 54, that is again a 5 unit. 55 to, so this interval is formed here. So classes are formed. How many classes are there? 45 to 49 one class, 50 to 54 second class, then third 55 to 59, then fourth 60 to 64, then fifth 65 to 69, then 70 to 74, 75 to 79. So these 7 classes are formed here, and now we have to group the frequency. So how many times the number between 45 to 49 is there? So that number is occurred 2 times. The first value here 49 is there, and second value 48 is there, means 48 and 49 is present in a given set of values. So 2 times this, therefore this class frequency of this class is 2. Then the second class is 50 to 54. Between 50 to 54, how many entries are here? So 50 to 54. So 54, 51 is there, one entry. Then 52 is there, 53 is there, and then 50 52. Then second column there is no, third column, fourth column 54 is there, 2. Then fifth column 53 is there, 3. Next column 51 is there, so 4. In next column there is no value between range 50 to 54, and in the last column also there is no value between 50 to 54. Therefore 4 entries are found in this. So this class frequency of this 50 to 54 is 4. In this way you have to count the values between a given class interval, and total number is written in the frequency column. So this is the frequency distribution of the grouped data items or group data. Now how to construct the frequency distribution for the group data? So to construct a frequency distribution for a group data, the data are sorted and separated into groups called classes. Usually 5 to 20 classes are used, but in any case make sure that you use enough classes to give a good description of the data. Therefore, so how, depending on your choice, the number of classes is formed. The number of data belonging to each class is then recorded in a table, and the frequency is called a frequency table. This table describes the distribution of the frequency. There are 5 rules for the classes in a grouped grouped frequency distribution. What the first rule? The classes must be mutually exclusive, means non-overlapping. For example, if you want to make a class of 51 to 60, then next class should start from next value, that is 61 to 70. In this manner, means there is no data values are overlapping between the two classes. This means that there is no way that any of the data could fall into two different classes at once. Second rule is that the classes must be continuous. This means that there can be no gap between the classes. Even if there are no values in a particular class, you cannot omit that class unless it is the first or last class. For example, if you have written the class from 10 to 20, and if there are no values between 21 to 30, so don't omit that class. You have to write even if there is no values between that class in interval in a given set, then also we have to write that class there. So each class is written, the classes must be written continuously. Next rule is the classes must be exhaustive. This means that there must be a class for every data value in the data set, so that every data value is included in the frequency distribution. Next rule is the classes must be of equal width, means first class 10 to 20. So what is the difference? That is the 10. Next class should not be 21 to 29, means the total number width is 9 here. So first class has the width 10 and second class has the width 9. So it should not happen. That's why classes must be of equal width. Otherwise the frequency distribution would give a distorted view of data. The class width is founded either by subtracting the upper class limit. Upper means 10 to 20. So 20 is upper and lower limit is 10. So the class width is found either by subtracting the upper or lower class limit of one class from the upper or lower class limit of the second class. For example, class is 10 to 20. First class is of 10 to 20. Second class is 21 to 30. So how will you find the class width? That is 30 minus 20. That difference of second class maximum, that is upper limit of the second class is 30 and upper limit of the first class, that is 10 to 20, this class upper limit is 20. So subtract 20 from second class upper limit 30. So 30 minus 20, what the value? 10 comes. So that 10 is nothing but the class width. So the class width is found either by subtracting the upper class limit of one class from the upper class limit of the second class. Or by subtracting the upper boundary from the lower boundary of a given class. In this manner also you can find the class width. Now next we'll go to the what do you mean by cumulative frequency? It's a very simple. Cumulative frequency of a set of data or class interval of a frequency table is the sum of the frequencies of the data up to the required level. Means whatever the sum is there before that particular class value, so that sum is nothing but the cumulative frequency. We'll illustrate it with the example. It can be used to determine the number of atoms that have values below a particular level. Cumulative frequency table is given here. Suppose marks are there, the frequency 30 marks, frequency is 5, means in a set there are 5 times 30 number occur. Second, the marks are 31. In a set there are 7 times 31 marks occur. Next is 32. In a given set, frequency of 32 data atom is 10, 33 data atom is 6. Now how the frequency cumulative frequency is count? So we have to make the frequency table as the marks 30, 31, 32, 30, 33. Frequency is 5, 7, 10, 6. Now we have to find the cumulative frequency. How the cumulative frequency is calculated? Cumulative frequency of a particular value is calculated by the sum of the frequencies of the data up to the required level. Now we want to find the frequency of mass 30. So mass less than 30, how many times the mass less than 30? So only 5 times. Frequency of 30, below 30 there are no marks, therefore what is up to 30, the frequency is 5, so cumulative frequency is 5. Now mass 31, so mass less than 31, 31 including 31, that is the sum of frequency of 30 and 31, that is frequency of 30 is 5 and frequency of 31 is 7. So sum of cumulative frequency is nothing but the sum of the value and its lower value, frequency value. The frequency value of 31 is 7 and the frequency value its lower value, that is 30, that is 5. So 5 plus 7 is 12. Now 32, frequency, cumulative frequency of mass 32. So this cumulative frequency of 32 is calculated by sum of cumulative frequency, sum of the frequencies of 30, then sum of the frequency of 31 and the sum of the frequency 32. Therefore frequency of 30 is 5 plus frequency of 31 is 7, so 5 plus 7, that becomes 12, and the frequency of 32 is 10, so 12 plus 10, it becomes 22. Similarly, cumulative frequency of 33 is the sum of all its frequencies of below lower values. So 30, the frequency of 33 is 6, 32 is up to 32, that is 22, so 22 plus 6 is 26. So here we will